Welcome to another episode of Health Your Way podcast, where we discuss health issues ranging from physical, mental, emotional, as well as current facts. Today we're going to be talking about Bach Flowers and what the hype is about. Please allow me to introduce to you Linsey.
Hello.
I've been following Linsey for a while, and I've been seeing what she does, and she understands Bach Remedy, and I've been seeing it for some time. I'm like, what is this? What is Bach Remedy, and what's the hype about? Hence why I've invited you to join us.
Thank you.
A little background on Linsey. You were previously a registered nurse for 26 years.
Yes, I was.
And you're a Reiki master
Yes, I am.
teacher?
Yes.
Yes, look at that. See, I'm learning. And I guess for the viewers, is there anything else you want to add to your background that they may be interested to know?
I also teach children and adults meditation.
Really?
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
And then I guess, so for the viewers and listeners, what is Rescue Remedy?
Okay.
Please enlighten me.
I shall enlighten you.
Thank you.
Bach Rescue Remedy is a combination of 5 Bach Flower remedies.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 38 Bach Flower remedies. And Dr. Bach in the late 1920s,
Okay.
early 1930s, so we're talking 90 years ago, put 5 of the Bach Flower remedies together
Okay.
to make Rescue Remedy.
Okay.
So there's something in there for terror, patience, healing, that feeling where you're just going to explode. And
Like we all do every day of our life.
Yes.
Okay.
So, which is why it will work for anybody, because every emotion that we have at its end point of tension has that internal combustion feeling. So cherry plum, which is in Rescue Remedy, has the effect of just bringing the boiling down to a simmer.
So it's a combination of, like, you said, remedies.
Yes.
And when you say flower, is it actual flowers?
No. The energy.
Okay, so this
The
is where
energy.
I was lost. The
Yeah,
energy.
the
So it's not.
energy.
So then,
No.
okay. So you say the energy. Is there? I guess. What are they made out of? Like, I guess
the
then.
energy, the energy of plants and trees.
Thank you. Thank you.
energy.
You see, energy plants and tree. So do they? I guess I'm trying to understand. So it is actually certain type of plants, or how do they extract the energy of plants and trees?
Okay, Dr. Bach had an aha moment
Okay.
obviously 90 years ago, when he was walking through the early morning field with the dew on the plants.
Okay.
And he wondered whether the dew would hold the energy of the plants.
Okay.
Now, he'd already done research into vaccines and homeopathy, but he felt there was something in nature that would heal us.
Okay.
So he took, don't ask me how he did it, but he took the dew and he tested it, and it did indeed hold the properties of those plants.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So like residue of in the
The energy. Just the energy.
I know
The vibration. The vibration of the
because I'm
plant.
trying to. We have to.
Yeah.
You,
so,
you understand where
so
I'm going with
the
this?
positive vibration of the plant.
The essence to a certain extent.
Yeah, the
Okay.
essence.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
getting. You see, this is why I ask
Mhm.
questions.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Oh no, ask
okay.
away, ask away.
And then I guess if so, then how is it? I'm thinking. So we got the energy, and is it oil or is it base? Like how does like I'm trying to understand
Okay.
how someone use it.
He developed 2 methods. One was the sun method, where the sun would energize the water that the plant heads or the trees and the
Okay.
twigs were in. So he energized the water from the sun, or he boiled it and energized the water from boiling the pieces of the plants or trees or whatever it was that contained energy.
Okay, I
So that
understand.
the energy went into this water, which he
Okay.
called energized water,
Okay.
and then he mixed it with brandy.
I'm sorry,
Brandy,
alcohol? You
yes.
said- Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
Mhm.
Okay.
To make his mother tincture. So 50% of mother tincture, no, 50% brandy, 50% energized water.
Okay, so-
to make Rescue Remedy,
So I think I
or
understand.
to make the remedies.
So basically, if there's two parts, right?
Yeah.
There's one is that you can boil, like it's almost like taking some of the leaves or whatever flower, and then you boil it in that essence of that
Goes into the water.
goes in the water, and then you mix that with 50% of brandy alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other one is more like the sun, like it's more like almost drying out. I don't know. Like I'm just trying.
No, it's just exactly the same, because the plants are in water,
Oh.
but in the sunshine.
Oh, that.
And the sunshine energy, the sunshine just causes the plant to give its energy to
Okay,
the water.
and then that gets mixed into.
That's the
okay.
same water.
So
yeah.
that's how you use that. That's the I guess
That's how he makes.
he makes them,
Yeah.
and that's actually I'm thinking of the right word for like not the content, but the
That's what's in the little bottles that you
Thank you.
buy. So it's
Okay.
actually less than that, because all that they take from that mother tincture
okay,
is less than 2 drops
okay,
of that into the individual bottles, and then that's filled up with more brandy or glycerin, depending on the alcohol-free version, which is glycerin, and then you only use like a tiny amount of that into water or your tongue, and that's what works. Just the energy that's in there.
Okay. So then, for some viewers, okay,
Yep.
is that almost the same as essential oils? I'm not really familiar with
No, that's
essential.
okay.
I guess if you don't like, is it the same as essential oils or?
No. Essential oils, from my understanding, are actually made from the lavender itself.
Oh, okay.
Not the energy of the lavender. So it would actually have lavender in it.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
Okay.
it's,
But I don't know anything really about essential oils. People think I will, but I don't. I
Okay,
have my three
that's fair.
specialities, and I know
you work
about
on
my
that.
specialities.
Yes, that makes sense, and that's respectful because you know you're expert on what you make, not what other things, and I can respect that. And then okay, so people are hearing this and listening to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're like, okay, is this like if they look skeptical?
Yeah.
How does this help? How would this help you? How would this benefit you healthy?
Okay.
Does that even make sense? I just
Yes,
asked.
it does.
Okay.
You're asking what the health benefits are
Thank
of
you.
the Bach Flower
Thank you.
remedies.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
so I was the biggest skeptic on the planet
Okay.
when I first discovered them. My friend had taken them for many years, and I
Okay.
had laughed at her for many years.
Really?
Meanwhile, I was on antidepressants.
Okay.
So she's taking this natural stuff, and I'm laughing. She's feeling happy. I'm not. I'm on antidepressants.
And you're laughing, taking drugs.
Yes.
Understood.
I had several surgeries and 3 rounds of antidepressants over maybe 5 years.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
No, that's okay, because it brought me to my knees. So my friend, who I had laughed at, said to me, please go and see my practitioner, which I did
Okay.
18 years ago. And I haven't had a surgery or an antidepressant since. And I balanced my emotions, which were making me ill because they were so out of balance. I balance them with the Bach Flower remedies.
So what you're basically saying, some of the health benefits could be physical, mental, emotional, depending on what your needs are.
Dr. Bach believed that all illness started within our emotions. So if our emotions were out of balance,
Oh.
our immune system would drop, and our gut flora would all be upset, and it would make us susceptible to illness.
To be honest, it's not far-fetched to believe because a lot of people like it, and your emotions are affected by your mental health and how you feel and your whole body. So like it's true. Like if you're feeling horrible, your body's gonna feel horrible because it's not gonna be your body's not gonna feel like jumping around
Yeah.
when you're feeling sick.
Yeah.
And that I can respect. Like we can't deny that part because I've had that feelings and everybody has that feelings.
Yeah.
Like when you feel bad, the whole body feels it. Okay, then why should someone? I think you mentioned that okay, so we know some of the benefits. Is it safe for kids? Like, could elderly people use it? Could people is there any possible side effects? I'm just asking.
Okay, no, there's no side effects.
Okay.
The effect of the remedy is that it balances out emotions. So, for instance, if you've been hiding an emotion underneath another emotion for a very long time,
Oh.
so maybe you're hiding your anger behind a smiley face, and I give you the remedy that balances out that smiley face and lets you show how you feel, which is that
the anger.
So people may feel the remedies are making me angry, but actually they're not. They're just balancing out that. So you can see that underneath that, which will be making you sick, is that anger. So the anger comes up, then I give them a remedy for the anger.
That's what I was
and
gonna
balances it out.
ask. I was gonna ask that because I'm thinking, okay, so once you get the remedy, it fixes the
Balances the emotion.
the overlay. Let's say there's multiple ones. It fixes the overlay.
Mhm.
Then the underlying one, and most people think, okay, is that it? I'm just gonna be angry. But then you're saying there's something to resolve that underlying issue.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
And safe for kids. Safe for all ages, safe and simple. My own kids are now in their 20s, but I discovered them just before my son turned 10.
Really?
So they've used them their whole life.
So okay, then how can they use them? This is, I think, a lot of people are like, okay, so they're a mixture of essence of the flowers. The
Yeah.
Is it 2 or 3 that you said?
No, there's
Five.
there's 38.
All 38 that you different mixtures?
Yes, all 30. There's one remedy for 38 emotions. So there's 38 remedies for 38 emotions.
I'm trying to keep up.
That's okay. And I, as a practitioner, will mix up to 7 to make people's own personal rescue remedy.
So it's not there. Oh, I get that. So it's not one for all. There's different types. I
Different
think
for everybody.
for you
It's
to-
unique. Oh my goodness, 273 million combinations I can make of those 38
My
remedies.
head's hurting already.
But that's okay.
No, no. I think this is good because even just talking to you, my main assumption was that okay, so you mixture this and that's one for everybody. But then you're telling me each one gets their own. It's
Yes.
specialized, right?
It's unique. We're all unique. We all deal with things uniquely. Some people love to do this, like talk to people. Other people would go, oh no, and they would be needing our big remedy for. they're all the same size, but they would be needing a remedy to sit here and talk to you. Me, I'm in balance. It doesn't. I enjoy this, but other people would just be tongue-tied and
we get
shaking
nervous.
and
Okay, so I think when you said that there's different remedies, even like when you look at over-the-counter medicine,
Yes.
it's one for all.
Yes.
Like there's one aspirin,
That's
there's
right.
one Tylenol. Like,
That's right.
So, and even essential oils, I'm not like I don't know. To me, I just see oils, and maybe I'm being ignorant, and that's something I can be educated on in the future.
Yeah.
But to go back to Bach remedies, it's nice to know that it's not one for everybody.
No.
And it can be made over 2.7 million. You said
273 million.
272. She corrected me. 273 million.
It's only because I teach the course and I tell that figure regularly.
So then, if people are like, okay, so there's some people that may not be skeptical, like, okay, you know what? I've tried everything.
Yes.
I've gone to, like, I've been feeling this for many years.
Yep.
It doesn't hurt to try this. How can they reach out to you for your service and your assistance?
Okay, well, I have a website, so
Okay.
it's very simple, linseydenham.com.
We will have that.
Yeah,
there.
you'll
Go
have
ahead.
it. I have a Facebook page, which at the moment I'm doing my own experiment, my own self-experiment.
Nice.
So I'm using one remedy per week for 38 weeks to feedback as a daily theme, and I'm doing a meditation on a Monday with the energy of that remedy. So there's free information on the Facebook page for anybody who wants to look at what
And
the
just to
remedies
see
are
what it is
for.
about.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
And then my Instagram is Batch Magic, and I kind of run along with that same theme.
I like that. And I think for a lot of people, okay, so because it is out there, what separates you from other batch remedy?
Well, in Canada, it's my accent, but in general, it's I have used them myself for 18 years.
Nice.
So people will say to me, they obviously don't work then if you're still using them. But I'm a human with emotions.
We all have ups
And when I
downs.
came to the remedies, my layers, I had so many layers of armor, over the years. From like 6 years old, I started to put on my armor. And I'm not quite back at that 6-year-old yet, but I'm almost there.
Aw.
But I also live my daily life with something hitting me that makes me impatient or makes me feel like I'm going to explode, especially doing this experiment because I'm only using one remedy at a time and I'm trying not to use the other ones. So
Okay, I see. Because
I'm seeing emotions in myself that I'm not using the remedies to balance and thinking, whoa, I'm really glad I have them in my life, at other times. But for this experiment, I'm trying to just use one and really focus on what that one may do for me and how I can feed that back. And then, we'll see.
I guess what you're generally saying is that, I don't just sell the products or talk about it, you live it. This is your lifestyle.
This is my lifestyle.
So
we have all these bottles sitting beside our kettle and people in my house use them.
Aw.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I never understood what it was. And
Listen, when I came to the remedies 18 years ago, I couldn't understand why the whole world didn't know about this miracle in a bottle.
nobody knows about
My
this.
husband thought he had a new wife the first month I was taking them, and he said, "Please, can the old one not come back?" And now, 18 years later, I think, well, still people don't know, which is why I'm going back over to the Bach Centre, which is in England, in April to do the level 2 teacher training because
Nice.
I need to get out there and shout, scream,
I like
and
that.
do podcasts and tell people.
Yeah, to get your message out there.
Get my
Because you can tell
to
that
get Dr. Bach's message out there. He knew, he had, if you ever read his writings, he just knew, he was like this ordinary man who just knew that we could heal ourselves, and that was his thing, was heal thyself. We have the power.
I like that. And I guess for viewers and listeners that want to reach out to Linsey, please feel free to. If you have any questions or if you want her to come back and ask more questions, we can have her back on the show. Is there anything else you want to add before we let you go today?
No, I'm just really glad to be, I worked on my own fear last year a lot. I discovered, or I was guided that I had lived most of my life in fear, but I hadn't recognised it unless I was terrified. So last year I used the fear remedies and worked on my own fear because I wanted to be stepping out to tell people how simple this stuff is. And you don't have to come to me, you can buy it in the store. You can buy it in the store, you can buy instructions in the store, you can see online how to use them. You don't need to come to me, it's not a sales pitch, but they changed my life.
So you can tell she's passionate about this.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I asked you, because I didn't understand it. And I knew, even watching you, that this was something you lived by.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you taking the time because, again, I just didn't know what this was. I was like, what is the hype about, really? Because I
Yeah.
couldn't understand.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot to do with people not being educated
Yeah.
and not knowing. Because when you hear about getting healthy, take a medicine, take a pill, go to a doctor. But there might be other natural ways to healing yourself that you may not be aware of. And this could be an opportunity that could help you out. And I think a lot of people should learn to be open-minded, because you never know. And if you try it once, it doesn't work, that's it. But you have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. But when people are skeptical, I understand that because I used to be one. You know.
I appreciate that. Thanks for coming.
Okay, thank you for having
All
me.
right. Thank you for joining us today on our weekly episode of Health Your Way podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share with others, and please feel free to comment below and ask any questions on topics we discussed, as well as future topics you'd like to hear about. Have a happy and healthy week, and be sure to tune in next week for the next episode on our Health Your Way podcast.